everybody. Welcome to Wingman's Hangar. I'm Eric Wingman Peterson.
And I'm Rob Descendent Studios Irving, and I have cable.
And I'm high-pitched Wingman. Those are great commercials. I love those things. If you don't know what those are about, you should check them out. They're friggin' funny. This is kind of an inside look at everything that goes on at Descendent Studios as we reboot the popular 90s franchise Descent with Descent Underground. It's a very big week for us this week, actually.
Huge!
I mean, it's huge. So, first of all, we need to thank our backers.
Thank you,
Look at
backers.
that. Thank you guys very, very much. You're helping us realize the dream that we all want to bring Descent back.
Welcome to the insanity.
A special thanks to Alkahest for your generous contribution. And welcome to our new Undergrounders. Alkahest also joined Bahama, Beguiled, Doos, Gizd, and Cryosim. Thank you guys.
I suspect that's glazed.
Glazed.
G-L-Z-D.
Oh, that's an L.
Glazed.
Glazed. Well, and I think I'd had two shows that
It wouldn't be a show without one name butchered.
Well, anyway, that's cool. Thank you guys. And they're joining the Underground, which means they're playing the game right now.
Proving Grounds.
Proving Grounds is out. We'll get to that. So coming up today, we got our week in review, including our weekly snapshot, which is always the famous weekly snapshot, the biggest hit in Phil's blog on Fridays.
Biggest hit in their video arsenal.
It probably is the only thing worth watching, to be
It
honest.
is. It really is, honestly.
This week's most valuable post, we have forum feedback with your questions, and guess what?
Video questions.
Video questions! Yay!
What?
Woo, woo, woo. And an interview with one of our Be a Legend backers with our very own Michael Viewmaster Morlan. So it's a really big shoe.
It's huge.
Let's get to the week in review. Proving Grounds is out. Now, we actually shoot this show on Wednesday, and then we edit it down and put it up to broadcast on Friday.
So
and
we're being
today,
a little optimistic, but
right, we are, but we think we're ready. We're going through a test right after we shoot this. We're going through 2 layers of testing, and we should release the Proving Grounds today. If definitely not today, it'll be tomorrow. So by the time you're seeing this, it will be out.
You'll be playing the game if you're in the Proving
Grounds.
Grounds.
Right, if you're in the Proving Grounds. If you're a member of the Underground, if you're a subscriber, essentially, it's a voluntary thing. You are getting the earliest access.
Or if you bought a package that came with the Proving Grounds.
Right. And here's the thing about the Proving Grounds, it's kind of cool. And this is a little marketing pitch. It's also a little bit why it's cool. Proving Grounds is not just for what we're doing first releases. It sustains. It goes on forever. So every weapon we put into the game will go through there first. Every map.
All the new
Every
features
ship,
come through Proving Grounds.
anything you guys add to the game that we think is good enough, we'll go into Proving Grounds and let you test it. All that stuff. The Proving Grounds really becomes the place where the next generation of the game, like Hot Rock will go through there, Minor Mayhem will go through there, all this stuff will go through
New
Proving
maps.
Grounds. Right, new maps, new weapons. I can't wait for the guided missile. There's a lot of stuff coming up that will be in the Proving Grounds.
I want Tycho.
Tycho is a really, we've got people starting on that. So also we have, we'll go to Proving Grounds, then we'll go to Alpha and Beta, and then we'll go to Steam Early Access. The reason for that is we want to test our matchmaking. That means that right now, it was funny, we went from yesterday not being able to get anybody in the match, to getting 1v1 in the match, but then not being able to get to a second game, to now it working, we think, correctly. That's going to be testing the rest of the day. The reason we're doing this way is that we start with Proving Grounds, which has about 400 members currently. Now,
300, 400?
300,
somewhere in
400.
there.
I got 400 on my sheet here, so it must be true.
Must be accurate.
Anything on the internet is true. So
Anything on a piece of paper,
yeah,
it's definitely
if it's on
true.
the paper, it's for sure true.
As soon as you print it, it's
but
true.
Well, that's what we said last week, so we should be consistent at the very least.
All right. So we want to test matchmaking with 400, and then we've got like 4,000 people once we get to Alpha, and then we get 8,000 Beta, and then once we get to Steam Early Access, if you are a member of the community and you have backed, you're going to get it anyway. So it's like, this is all coming. We want people all playing the game. We want thousands of people playing the game. We want you streaming the game. We want you spreading the word. The only way we get to do that epic single player is if people want to purchase us on Steam and we move forward that way. Mm-hmm. Right now it'll be quick match. Quick match only. You jump in, it'll drop you into a match type. I think we have Capture the Core and Anarchy. And do we have Team Anarchy in there too?
Do you know?
Don't know.
I think it's available.
I think it's available. So those will be
hard to tell.
Yeah, it is. We'll know here in a little bit after we'll test. So that'll be in. But when we get to Steam, it'll have what we call version 0.5, which will kind of have a menu system. It'll let you choose what kind of match you want to play.
Pick match types,
Right.
and see all the other games in progress. Start your own with your own settings.
So let's kind of take you through, if you're in the Proving Grounds, let's take you through how you're going to get the game. So the first thing will happen is you'll go to your client area in your profile. So this is Keith. When you get to there, you'll redeem the package. You'll have a ship package. You want to redeem the package. You'll click on that. and you will choose which one to download. And once you've chosen the download, once you start downloading the launcher patcher, and this will sit resident forever, it'll update, it'll go on forever, it'll sit on your machine. This is what you get. And so once the launcher patcher is installed, and sometimes there'll be, right now you're going to download the game every time you do it. So you'll put your username and your password, the same one you use to log in the forums, and you will get this. Now this is once you finish downloading, you get a little bar. When you get to this level, you'll have, right there, you're showing Proving Grounds and VIP. There'll be Proving Grounds.
They'll probably only see Proving Grounds for most people.
Most people will see only Proving Grounds at this point, but there will be Proving Grounds, there'll be alpha access, there'll be beta access, there's production.
And there'll be production when we get to
And VIP doesn't really mean like somebody's important. What that means is like if we want to do a stream with some famous streamers, and if you're out there and you want to stream the game, let us know. We want you to do it with us so that we can then as devs make sure that we join in with the game, because we don't have the matchmaking yet to where we can control who goes where. It's just kind of a...
That should also be ready for Steam, though.
Yeah, oh, definitely. And
You'll have private invite matches.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. So you can have a key code and invite your friends and play together. That's exactly right. So that's kind of the next couple weeks of work for us to do. So that's coming, and that's how you get it. And some of you already have gotten it. If you haven't gotten it yet and you want to get it, again, join the Proving Grounds, and that's how you do it.
Run out there now.
Whew, that was a lot. Sound effects pack. More work to do for a sound pack. There's a lot of people that like the bang, 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 bang of the which was not there anymore. Bang, 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 bang. So we've talked about maybe doing a sound pack at some point. Future, yeah, somewhere down the way. I mean, maybe you might have a build someday that has some funny things in there. You never know. Can't trust us with that kind of stuff. So absolutely, we'll put that in there. HUD upgrades. We've got some HUD upgrades going on. Lots of stuff we like where you're being hit from, how you're hitting, and things of that nature. Not just sounds, but also things that on your HUD which give you that information. You'll get used to it. You'll know that when you take a hit here, all four of them hit. You know where you're getting hit. So.
Situational awareness.
Yeah, exactly, which is pretty big because situationally you could be getting your butt kicked.
Especially when you're down there mining on the core.
Oh yeah! Don't forget when you're playing Capture the Core. If you use the mining laser right now, which on the core, you will increase your point total. So eventually you're going to be knocking down rocks and bricks and stuff with the mining laser, but that's not in yet. At least it is in, but the rocks don't look very good. We haven't put enough time into the art for that yet. Oh, speaking of art, it's time for this week's Beautiful Corner.
I feel all tranquil right now. It's like, we are in the beautiful corner.
Well, let's take a look at some of this stuff for the beautiful corner. We got some cool stuff. Now, these are images, stills of a trailer we're building.
Working on a new trailer finally with our game.
Yeah, that's the harvester landing on surface, and there it comes back down, at least the temporary harvester. Someday, eventually, you'll be able to own those. That's inside the harvester, drone bay. And then there's the Panzer.
Panzer launching.
Yep, it looks like he's on the white team there.
Yeah. I don't think there is a white team.
No, that's cool. But there's more to the beautiful corner this week. I believe our very own Aereo decided he wanted to make an Uber ship.
We wanted to make sure that the weapons were switching properly because you weren't seeing the weapons change on the ships.
That's right.
So he was working on that.
And what did Aereo...
And he got them all to come onto the ship.
At the same time.
They did not all go away.
So there's the ship with every single weapon right now in the game. Yeah, that's not actually going to happen. So, but it was pretty cool when it did.
Burn up all your energy really fast.
Yeah, like one shot and you're out of energy. Need some more energy. All right, so now it's time for this week's Studio Snapshot.
Ken already has a shot.
Right now it's really what are we blowing up?
We're looking at various possible explosions. These would probably be temporary for the Mega Message for the early release. Right now it's just that big.
Try the HD part.
That would look great.
Right next to the window, so it looks like the sun's ready to swallow you up.
That part of the map is really bright.
Well, just do the love damage zone over there all the time.
That's really cool looking right there, by the way. So what's happened is we've noticed that when people die, all the power-ups were congealed in one spot. And one of the things we want to do is you want to be rewarded for blowing people up, but you don't want to have like all the power-ups in one person all the time. So we need to have enough of a radius to where it blows up, and then you have to get the reward, but you have to move to get it, which makes you vulnerable, and other people might be able to swoop in and get them too. So we're trying to create the radius the right distance.
The second climb. This I'm going to say, hey look, I have a second of lag. So I'll shoot here, but you'll see the bolt immediately because the client is predicting it. And over here, you'll see the real one a second later because that the other clients will see because that's once it actually hits to the server, then goes to the clients. Second ship fire. I don't know why the second bolt makes this. Firing 2 bolts makes that ship blow up.
We're not doing anything, Keith. Stop filming us.
Yeah, stop filming.
I heard cloaking.
Well, not every studio snapshot's the best, but the truth is we are knee-deep in testing and fixing bugs to where we are
It's not very sexy.
not sexy.
I mean, it's getting done when it needs to get done. That's part
Some
of the
weeks
process.
are sexier than others,
Yes.
like us.
No.
Some weeks we're
We're not never
never
sexy.
A little teeny bit sexy? No? Okay. We also had some fun this week on Ustream and Twitch. We've still got some people on Ustream, so we went on Ustream at first, and then Rob and I had, while we're waiting on a build, I think it was
We're waiting
Tuesday
on
night,
the second or third or fourth build of the day download.
we decided to stream, and then we transferred over. We're now doing Twitch streaming, as you can see. It's very, very much fun. We're going to show you how we play the game, what's fun about it. You can see the reaction in real time. We're all hooking this up on our desk, so each one of us will be doing different times of streams. Some will be announced, some won't. So make sure you sign up for our Twitch /Descendent Studios page. That way you get alerted when we are streaming, so you can see what's going on.
Good to see some of our new friends and our old friends.
Yeah, Sophie was there. That was pretty.
So fine.
So fine was there. That was pretty cool. I saw her last in Germany. She's really cool, and that was fun to see her over from CIG. It was cool to have them come over there and see what we're up to. We also have lots of T-shirt contests pictures. There we go. There's Zyfe there.
There we go.
Awesome. I don't think that's really one of our shirts. That is our shirt.
Does that count?
Yeah. Oh! Awesome.
There we
Awesome.
go.
That's actually at Interplay. That's pretty cool.
And playing Old Descendant.
We know who that is.
Lothar.
Tom. Yep. Look at that. Very nice. Everybody's wearing the STFU shirt.
There we go.
Nice. There we go. Beauty.
Geared up for battle.
Beautiful. Did you see they put the Descent Underground thing in the back of the... Can you pull that one back, Mike? Put that one back in? You see, he put our logo in the very back of the screen there. It was pretty cool.
What?
Yeah, I guess it is like...
Oh,
Isn't that cool?
nice.
Descendant Studios and the
That's
Descent
pretty
Underground?
cool.
Yeah. I like that. So Keith will be telling you guys who won on that coming up. That was pretty cool. Those are some of the submissions. And speaking of Keith...
MVP?
Yep.
Time for our most valuable post. Take it away, Keith.
Welcome to Most Valuable Post, where we celebrate someone who's made a positive contribution to the Descent Underground community. This week, we honor a user who brought some attention to an issue that a lot of people kind of noticed but didn't really understand how to talk about. Specifically something called chromatic aberration, which is some weird color shifting on the border of objects in certain kinds of renders and photographs. And that prompted Pixley to go,
I hate it with the fiery insensitive of a million suns!
Anyway, congratulations, Sergeant Thorne. You're this week's most valuable poster. And we wanted to give an honorable mention to Fallarnon, who, well, he works here, but he did start a post that was really cool and really captures the spirit of this community. You can check it out here. He's got some extra Steam keys he's given away, and that inspired some of our other members to put some of their extra keys up as well. Thanks, Fallarnon.
Very, very cool. Congratulations, Sergeant Thorne, and honorable mention to Fallarnon. Pretty neat stuff. MVPs.
MVPs?
Gee. Line.
I don't know. What time is it, Rob?
I don't know.
Wait a minute, this is very confusing.
I don't know. What time is it, Rob?
Professional establishment here. What? I don't know. What time is it?
Line. Can we? It's time for
Forum feedback.
line. I got that.
Our heads should be on fire too.
They
at
should
this
be.
point.
They should be. But that was your joke. I completely stole it, and I liked it a lot. So it is time for forum feedback. And we got video questions this week. Let's get right to it. From White Shark. Will multiplayer maps include music? Can we have self-made songs in custom maps?
Okay. Question number 1. Yes, there will be music in multiplayer maps, although I don't think there's music in Mobius right now. we could fix that.
Yeah, we should. Yes.
As far as custom maps and custom music, it would have to be approved, of course, to be distributed to other people. But I'm sure we'll be able to let you play your own music and maps.
Right.
Lovely.
Right. Let's get to our first video question from Def Flux.
Hello, Wingman, Designopotamus, Viewmaster, and fellow dissenters. I'm Def Flux, and this is my video question. So I know this has been touched on before, but I wanted to bring it up again. I've been playing a lot of Descent lately, and one thing that really stands out to me when I go from playing Descent to watching footage of Descent Underground is that the original games have this sort of wiggle or wobble, whatever you want to call it. So as you can see, even though I'm sitting in one place, I'm not moving, the ship is kind of hovering up and down a little bit. It's a kind of a subtle thing, but really helps to make you feel like you're hovering and not just perched there sitting on solid ground. And so my question is, are you still planning on adding this, and if so, when?
Yay for video questions.
Yeah, that's very cool. And we have had that question a couple times. So
We have, and it's very familiar to people who played the original Descent, which is great. The thing we have to consider is that it's not so good for VR people.
Not if you want them to keep their cookies in their stomach. So that's something we'll probably look at later, and maybe one of those deals where you can toggle on and off. We'll have to figure that out. So right now it's not in because VR is. So
yes,
it's one of those deals where as technology moves forward, the games do too. So another video question, back to back. From Skeleton Bane. Wow, what do you got to say, Skeleton?
Hello everyone, I'm Skeleton Bane, and I've got a question for Wingman, Rob, and everyone else at Descendent Studios. So, as none of you probably know, I have a gaming YouTube channel where I make Let's Play videos. So my question is this. Once I get access to the beta, would you be okay with me, or anyone else, making videos of the game? I will of course make sure to mention that I'm only playing the beta, not the full version.
Okay, that was a very cool question, by the way, and it's right in the wheelhouse, because the answer to that question is
heck yeah.
Yes. We are not a big company. We are not really concerned with like NDAs or all this kind of stuff. We want everybody to share what's going on. We want the enthusiasm out there. You guys are our marketing team. You're the ones out there selling the product and telling people what's going on. So. Hell yeah, spread it around, stream. Now, if you don't like it, just keep that to yourself. But yes, you can stream beta, alpha, proving grounds, whatever. We're gonna let you stream
when you get
whatever.
the game. Show everyone that they're playing.
Please play exactly. Show them you're having fun. Talk about it. Talk about what's coming. We want you to be involved.
Shoot a few devs, might happen.
Shoot a few devs, definitely will happen.
Sitting ducks.
Sitting ducks. Yep. From Mike Sevenstein, an undergrounder. Will there be a setting where you can choose from either narrated sounds for weapons, power-up pickups, or something that might be something more similar to the pickup sounds in the original version?
That's something we talked about a little while ago.
Yeah, we do kind of think that's all right, but there are a lot more pickups in our game than there were in the original. A lot of coming. And right now, the reason the vocal ones are in there is to help the gargantuan slide of newcomers to know what they're picking up. The originals had like the 3D items. We're doing ours with color and geometry. So for now, it helps guide newbies into the equation. So I think eventually we'll have.
Plus, it cuts through. I mean, there's a lot of things going on, especially sound-wise.
Yes.
So it cuts through. You get the information you need very quickly.
Dan Wintz has been very busy.
He has been very, very busy.
He did remove bang, 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 though. So it
snuck that one out.
I know, but I love the Vulcan cannon.
Sounds really good now.
Yeah, it does sound good. He's done a really good job. Oh, another video question? Are you kidding me? What is going on? It's crazy.
Embarrassment of riches.
From Beck Altar.
Hello, meatbags. I am Dementia, station AI for KTAMradio.com. I have a question for Twiddledee and Twaddledum. I require answers to this question, as it may be imperative to my success in dominating all humanoid fleshlings. Betting real money on esports is now legal and becoming a thing, and I believe Descent Underground will have great success as an esport. Are you building into your multiplayer platform the ability to participate in esport betting? Will there be a way for the community to keep up to date on tournament stats and ranks to create their own sites with updated data through an API?
So esports, Rob, stats and.
I mean, we're planning on tracking a lot of stats in the long term. I mean, right now, metrics recording is not in there yet.
Yeah, no
It's
persistence.
going to be a while before we
Right.
have persistent stats.
It's all transient.
Not a long while, but yeah, everything right now is per match. But yeah, in the long term, there will be a lot of stats. Betting, I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, that's a toughie. I mean,
with in-game credits, we could do it. Totally no problem.
Yeah, we should partner with like one of the bigger poker stars or something. Let them bet on our stuff. So the truth is, we do have esports as the game. That's Hot Rock is completely designed to be part of the game. There's a gameplay that some people are going to like that, some are not. But betting on it was never something we were ever considering.
Well, that's the underground, man. That's how it works, right? So
yeah, that is true. Maybe. Very good question. And you made us think. I'm not sure we can legally do that.
Yeah, well, we'd have to check into that.
Right. From Brig Eye, an undergrounder. Could you explain the process of both playtesting and bug hunting? Like how long a playtest normally lasts, what is the process for bug hunting, etc.?
I could fill an entire episode of Test Underground.
Yeah, I think we probably should at some point do that.
But the simple answer on that one, I guess, is, I mean, a lot of times when we're testing, we are setting up very specific circumstances that we need to evaluate. Like if we're testing sounds, we get two people and you don't play the game so much as somebody sits in a corner and you shoot them to see if it sounds right at the right distance.
Nobody puts baby in a corner.
In other circumstances, we're just, we're checking for performance and things, which is cram as many people in there as possible and just play. A lot of our recent tests have been not necessarily aimed at getting us all in playing the game together, but getting us all in different games playing so that we can make sure the matchmaking is switching properly. So, a lot of 1v1 matches, which isn't as much fun in Capture the Core.
Not yet. Yeah, especially for sure that way. So, and we've got like right now the matches I believe are set for 10 minutes. They won't last very long. We're using the data we get back from you guys as balancing. We want, and there's a bug thread or a forum for bug reporting, and there's rules and guidelines, and there's how we want you to do it. Tiberius has joined us. He's also ex-CIG, so very happy to have another brethren from Cloud Imperium come join us.
Down in the trenches.
Down in the trenches. He's going to help us with the test of this. And so when you get to Proving Grounds, you're out there play testing. Realize this is pre-alpha.
Yeah, it really is.
It is fun. I can tell you that.
It's in good shape, but it is a pre-alpha.
But it is pre-alpha.
But do read that forum entry before you start entering bugs. Make sure you know what you're supposed to be entering and how to do it.
Yeah, we need things like your configuration.
It
helps us exactly. Configuration, what you were doing, how to replicate the bug or reproduce it. All this kind of thing, so that we can make sure that we continue to make the game as bug-free as possible going forward. Now, to be fair, I don't want to knock on wood, it's pretty stable right now, which is pretty amazing.
It's in pretty good shape. There are a few known issues. There's nothing that's going to really block you from playing, though, which is,
and having fun.
Kind of miraculous for a product this early.
And not everybody's got to report bugs. If you just want to jump in and play, and you've got some bug, like if it's a balance issue, like you think something needs to be balanced differently, then by all means, let us know that stuff too. So, but there's a forum for that, and please join in and do that. Oh, we've got one more video question. I can't believe it. Another video question.
4.
I know.
Hey, everybody. I got a question. Why are you going to Steam? Thank you.
You lied to the community. You lied to them. You said that if we got video questions, Wingman wouldn't be allowed back, and then you let him back in.
He just pops in. It's like I can't control that guy. I don't know what it is.
I'm gonna hire snipers.
But it is a question we've had a lot about why we're going to Steam. And so we need a lot of people playing the game. If we're going to grow this thing as big as we want it to be, we need to expand our testing beyond the 410,000 range. We need hundreds of thousands of people playing. And so with access to 125 million there, that's where we're going to early access. And so we think it's fun right now. We think it's going to do okay. And hopefully you guys feel the same. So we'll be on Steam. Doesn't mean we'll only be on Steam. We'll also be off Steam. You'll be able to launch your patch that doesn't require Steam.
Directly from our site.
Yep. And we would like to be on GOG at some point in the future too. So, it's just a process.
And we want to let you guys play the game some and have fun while we're pushing ahead with single player. So.
Oh, no doubt. We haven't even really done too much. So speaking of that, well, I think we're going to talk about that in a little bit. We've got some lore stuff that's coming up that will be setting the story for the single player campaign. Well, let's take a look. Let's take some time to talk with one of our Be a Legend backers with Mike Viewmaster Morlan.
Hi, I'm here with Joseph Angry Peas Castilla, and he's pretty well known around the interwebs and around our game community. Hey, Joe, good to see you, man. How you been?
Doing fine. Good to see you, Mike.
Now, I'm just going to jump right in and have some fun here. Apparently, you had a rather interesting and humble beginnings on a farm.
Yeah, I was originally born in Texas, and I moved into Arkansas, or as I call it, the magical land of Arkansas sausage. But I moved in, and I had to live with my grandparents for a while, which wasn't bad. They had a small trailer we could live in alongside them, and it was fine. But going from a place that pretty much had just concrete everywhere to, okay, cows, pigs, chickens. There were some ducks, geese. They even had a fishing pond.
Well, I appreciate that. Now, I've been a city slicker all my life until just this last October, where my girlfriend and I bought a 5-acre little property out in the middle of nowhere, and now we've got, our 4 cats and our 2 dogs and 6 chickens for the first time ever. That's a new thing for me. So I appreciate those kind of beginnings, and maybe it's a good place to kind of settle down in the end, too.
Yeah, it leaves you a lot of time to yourself, honestly. Like, growing up, there's really not a lot of people around, and even though we had family, it was pretty decent nearby. We were the only people for about, I think, 6 miles for a while, and it was nice, honestly.
So apparently, your family has some fairly rich history. You're related to Al Capone?
Yeah, it's actually my father's side. We are an Italian group of people. If you couldn't tell by the last name, it's a little,
right?
Yeah, but yeah, it comes from great grandfather down to another great nephew, and then we have Al Capone right next to him. So it was pretty neat. And then we have my mother's side go down through, I believe it's my grandfather's side from her, and you go down, and then you get into like the McElroys, the Metcalfs, and then you get into the group of people that founded the Irish Republican Army. So crazies everywhere in my family. It's great.
Well, we have quite a few members of our community come from nobility, so that's really interesting. So apparently, and we've seen a lot of your artwork around the community, including your Angry Peas comic, and I've been watching you on Facebook. You've been practicing your hand at some other illustration styles, and tell me a little bit about how Angry Peas came about.
There's a bunch of weird stuff, but the initial one was the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy character, just the green blob with its hands up and sticking his tongue out. And I was like, that's a great picture, but I didn't really think of anything at first. But I was like, you know what? I like peas, honestly. Okay, I live on them at times. And I was like, I do get riled up on certain things. And there's this one time we had a bad match in a game, and someone was really hateful towards us. I said nothing, and by the end of the next round, I had picked him out of his entire team. I had decimated him. I ruined his day and got him to rage quit. I changed my name from just Peas at the time to Angry Peas.
So now, of course, you've created a new character for Descendent Studios called Drillsy.
Yes, and Drillsy has been so much fun, as where Angry Peas, the comic strip now as it is actually a linear storyline. If anyone dares to try and understand it, it's there. But Drillsy is just that one-off quick joke, stuff that's actually happening either on the forums or elsewhere around. Is just, if I can get it in, it feels right, and the group of people I'm sending it to is a little bit more relaxed.
Okay. Now, apparently, you played Descent back in the day a little bit.
Very little bit when I was a kid. I played just a little bit. I don't remember enough about it to really be a monster with it yet, but I played a few levels as a kid. It was fun. I remember because my dad had it for a while, and then something happened to his old computer. He got a new one. He didn't get a replacement for Descent. Instead, he had some other stuff on there. But I ended up playing other games growing up on my 64, and one of which was Forsaken, which had very similar gameplay and was fun in its own right.
So it's been 20 years since that first game came out, and here's this new game coming up using the old intellectual property. How did you find out about Descent Underground?
Basically, I latched on to everyone's coattail that went with Eric. Like, you went to do your own thing with Galactic Inquiry, and Eric, he went to do something else, and he said, hey, follow me for a while, I'll have something in a little bit. And anyone who liked him or even watched his show at least once while on Star Citizen always kept an eye on him, and I was one of those people, and I was really excited to hear the announcement of the new project. And from what I've seen so far, it's gone through amazing development in just a short time.
Well, certainly, the challenge with anything is to scope the project properly based on the budget that you have and the expectations that you're creating, and not let that scope crawl to a place where you can no longer deliver. So I think Eric's really good at keeping things tight, nimble, and on schedule. So we're getting the Proving Grounds out this week, and so anybody who's got a Proving Grounds access can jump on and play.
Yeah, I'm very excited about that. I have my underground waiting, and I am very excited to get in there and just mainly shoot Zyphon. If anyone's been on the forums, you know who he is.
So what other games are you playing right now?
Well, I'm playing right now games like Killing Floor and Ark because of them being early access games. That might seem strange, but I think if you can release a game in early access for people to play, and it's playable and it's not laden with bugs, that's, first of all, really impressive to me, because you have modern shooters and other games that come out in beta form or just about to launch or even launch, and they're just riddled with problems.
Well, we're certainly looking forward to a similar early access release on Steam ourselves. I look forward to seeing how everybody reacts to that.
Yeah, from what I've seen, like just the initial gameplay, just stuff from even Zyphon when he broadcasts just a little bit of it, and from Wingman himself playing it, and just y'all's team in general playing it, it's good already.
Well, Joe, Angry Peas, Castilia, it's really great having you to join us for a moment to talk shop, and it's great to see you doing so much with the community. Thanks for taking the time.
Hey, thanks for having me here. It's been fun.
Well, coming up this week at Descendent Studios, more playtests for you guys. We've got a giant merge for the weapons prediction. Jason's finally finished that. I know it's going to break. It's not going to break it on your end. That's why we have all those different spots, so we can be testing on our end.
It's going to be a tough few days while we get everything sorted back out after that. I mean, it's difficult to do huge merges.
It is, but we figured we'd get this out to you. Right. The Tycho map is being started. That's your baby. That's a humongous map. Rings inside rings.
We're just going to put all the players into that map. We won't even have to launch more than one server. Yeah, just everybody in that map.
This is our persistent universe.
I'm going to need some more spawn points in there.
Yeah, right. We have Hot Rock is being worked on. That's starting of that. That's the esports thing that Beck was asking about earlier. Minor Mayhem, where you're going to be having some fun rescuing the hostages, which was in the first one.
Probably won't happen this week, though.
No, we'll start the process of it, though. And then we've got lots of lore in store. Ooh, lore in store. So we're going to break out our posts. We're going to start having some fictional write-ups on, I think, Thursdays, where we're going to set the backstory of what's going on with our universe with the single-player campaign. So look for that on our website, the blog posts. If you're not there following along, you need to be. It's pretty cool. We have a Drillsy cartoon. Looks like it's time for a dramatization reading.
Yeah, can't get away from him. So I guess you two guys will play yourselves.
Ooh,
and,
are you all right?
I'll play Drillsy. Here we go. You ready?
All right, yeah, sure. You left him alone with it?
Oh, don't worry, Wingman. If anything happens, we won't lose anything of value anyway. I made it out of random junk from around the house.
You left Drillsy with a mega missile.
So?
Because it's Drillsy!
This must be what Christmas feels like.
Well, that's who got interviewed.
Thank you, Angry Peas.
Yeah, I love Angry Peas. He's got some good stuff, man. My favorite still when he had the cosplay on the winglet. That was fantastic.
Sacrifice.
You know what? This was a big week for one of us here at Descendent Studios. It was our very own Michael Viewmaster Morlan's birthday.
Why, thank you.
And I got a really interesting, on Facebook, I got a really interesting picture of you when you were much younger. I think we can pull that up here real quickly. Yeah, let's take a look at what the picture. Mike's sister posted this on Facebook. Michael Morlan pooping like a big boy for 50 years. That's you, right?
My sister, yeah, that was me. My sister posted that from the family archive.
Pooping like a big boy.
This is why families are awesome.
Yeah. That's fantastic.
Oh, no.
Oh, my God. What a brilliant, brilliant picture. Loved it. Happy birthday, Michael.
Yes, happy birthday. We wanted to put some candles on his cake, but the fire alarms would have gone off.
So we're going to continue. We're kind of adopting a new phrase here. We're we are a AAA game, but we're an independent studio, so we are going to be calling ourselves a III game, which means AAA developers that are now making an independent game.
Where did that come from?
I don't know. It's just kind of cool. We liked it, so we'll be making a III game.
We like.
Well, when you look at some of the games that are out there independently, you know, we are actually on the higher end of looks and feel, and so
Top-notch product.
Yeah, top-notch product, and a lot of the independent thing is something to embrace, and I think it's wonderful, and it's because of you guys out there that we're able to do that. So, III Descent
Thank you,
Underground.
community.
Which, exactly. Thanks to the Underground, thanks to backers and pledgers. Without you, there is no us. Make sure you join our YouTube, Twitch, Facebook pages. Follow along. Join up to get the alerts. We'll be streaming a lot. We'll be having some fun. We want you involved. It's not any fun for us just to just talk. We want to hear what you have to say and be part of that thing too. Submit your forum feedback questions. Thank you very much for the videos this week, especially you, Wing Noob. And and we'll see you guys all underground.
Can't touch this.